Hey, Aura Identity Security Guard. Today I bring you a proposition, one that can help me out as well as you provide the ultimate fight for identity protection. What I'm going to show you is something that I have custom built. I custom built this on purpose for protection of my identity. So based on the phone call that I had that is attached to this case number that this YouTube video came from, it is literally a it's literally something that defies all logic that we know it about networking. Yes, this involves networking, and it is definitely technical. Yes, I'm kind of doing some back end work right now while I'm talking to prep for this. Uh, the point is what I have done, even though I have no networking degree. I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not trained in networking. I'm actually trained in computer maintenance and repair, but I learned networking on my own and achieved something that nobody else has achieved in networking with my knowledge of computer repair. I'll show you my degree on the next page so you can, justify that. Or you can go to, scan that QR code that's right there and go to my website for my computer business. Yeah, I have a legit computer business, LLC, everything. Shows my degree and all my legal documentation right there on the web, minus a few personal details, obviously. So that's another place you can go, but I'll bring it to you here on the next page. My goal in this is to help you make your software better in a way that should defy all logic when it comes to networking. Now, my friend Summer, he's about 40, 50 years old. His degree is in networking. And like I said on the phone call, he even said that he sees it. He kind of sort of understands how it works, but he said it should be impossible. And I agree with him. It should be impossible. Now, it's not without its issues and stuff, and that's where I hope that you can help me fine tune this already custom made thing that actually works. Right now, the way I have it is a little finicky because of how many softwares I'm using to combat protecting my identity. And I'm hoping that maybe you can work out everything that you see on screen, and the next screen is gonna be a little overwhelming. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it is, because there's a lot of data there. There's a lot of photos, a lot of information, a lot of things to see. It very much is a thing where there's a lot of information. Just it is what it is. And I'm gonna give you a minute to look everything over. I don't give you a minute to do anything else other than look it over because I want you to be ready for what you're about to see. And what I'm gonna do is quite simple. I'm gonna load up about 3 different games. I'm gonna load up about 3 different games. Some of it is going to be with the main software, and others will not. For this test, I'm going to be using your VPN. I'm going to try it on the games I'm going to be testing it on is Grand Theft Auto 5. Not only am I going to be testing it on Grand Theft Auto 5, but I'm also going to be testing it as Warframe and Star Citizen. We're going to start with Star Citizen, and we're going to go from Star Citizen to GTA 5 Online to Warframe. And I'm going to try to do this in all about 30 minutes, not minus the time it takes to do this. And it's going to be kind of try to be fast paced. I'm going to try to keep it to 15-20 minutes, that way we don't completely go crazy. But I also know for you this is going to be a shocker. It was a shocker for me. It was a shocker for Daniel, or sorry, my friend Daniel. Or David, sorry, my friend David. He goes by the gamer tag Summerwolf. So, yes, I get hamstracted or hamstracted, or I'm still working on a creative catchphrase there, because my gamer tag is Shakespeare the unamused hamster, unhamster, unamused hamster, or just hamster. it's kind of my thing right now. So, anyways, besides that, I may get a little bit hamstracted here and there. So bear with me because, I am autistic, so I do get hamstracted. And then, yeah, you will see how I have defied what we all know about, or sorry, what we are taught to know about networking. And you will see on your screen how I have defied that logic. It's going to be quite interesting. And literally, quite honestly, I already know this is going to work with Star Citizen. Um, and so, we may have to change things a little bit here and there, but I don't think so. I think we can do so. And there's also another piece of software that I sometimes use, but it makes it ultra finicky. Like it'll still like Star Citizen, Warframe, everything will still work, but it's ultra picky, and I'll get into that toward the end of the video. With that being said, let's begin. Now, you won't be able to see me for obvious reasons because as you see on screen, there is a lot of information. A lot of information. Let me finish getting my degree here. Save that to here. Yes. And do that. And an image. Boom. 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 Browse. That. Boom. That's way too big. And it's not going to let me actually edit it in this mode very easily. Fantastic. Ugh. All right. Oh, really? Come on. Really? Come on. See, even technical difficulties while doing a recording, and can't get out of them. All right? There you go. There's my degree to validify that I do actually have a college degree, and it actually is in computer maintenance repair, and I was the one that stumbled across this that defies all logic of networking that we know it. Now, you'll see this screen as literally a center monitor with Atlas. I use Atlas OS, which is a overlay that strips Windows of all the gunk in the back end. Very, very, very cool. I use a combination of Atlas and, as you can see, WinUtility here, which is literally the Chris Titus tool. I love Chris Titus tool. If you heard of it, I'm sure you have. It's really, really great tool. I use a combination of both to really, really gut Windows of all the junk. Now, at the top left of your screen, you'll see a software called NetLimiter. It's a 14-day free trial for those that download it, but I also found a trick. If you actually use a software like Revo Uninstaller to get rid of not just the uninstall files and all the files involved, but also the register keys, you can go back and reinstall that trial free of charge because it's not tied to your hardware. It's tied to whatever register key it's tied to that you end up deleting. It's fantastic. It's my kind of workaround loophole to keep things going. However, when doing so, I lose my filters. Thankfully, I buy a subscription so I can do this and never have to lose my filters. The rest of the stuff, obviously, is standard, and you know what it is. It is what it is. Now, I do actually need to fix something. I see something wrong with one of my things already, my NetLimiters thing, so give me a minute here. All right. Nope. I'm going to do that. For some reason, this reset since I reboot the computer. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. There we go. And then we will do that. All right. What you see here is this column is the download. If it turns, or download or upload. If it turns red, that means something is trying to download my computer. There is an incoming connection if it turns red. That's how I have this set up. This is usually just the priorities section. I don't really use that a lot here, but as you can see, I have critical priority on my main computer. I do that on purpose. Now on here, I literally have a block incoming connection on the RSI launcher, the Star Citizen launcher, and the Easy Anti-Cheat part of the launcher in the game. Deny 100% wait, so it's basically a hard block. Same thing on the other side, going outwards. Allow, but 100% hard allow. And as you can see over here, see up here, I don't know if you can see it really good, but there I have the same setup. Here, I'll even do this. There. Over here on the left-hand or right-hand side, you'll see that my main computer not just has critical priority, but 1 gig, because I pay for 1 gig, but also have ask priority. So anything I know about or need to know about, I know about if it's an incoming connection. Like I hard block most things except what I need to. As you can see, I have local connection, ask, any desk, remote software ask, my no IP, dynamic IP ask, my factory server ask, because server, net limiter for the remote logging for my devices, Rust desk remote logging, Streamlabs, because I actually use an app on my phone to remote log into the Streamlabs. So there are certain things that I do. This one is allowed because guess what? It has a multiplayer feature, and I kind of needed that to let my friend connect with me to play the game with me. So there are certain things that I have to allow to make multiplayer work or remote logging in of any sort work. So it's a really time-consuming process that I have made. But as you can see, it's all blocks or asks or allow. And you can see that all of it is allow outgoing, and most of it is either ask or block incoming. And asks only on the ones that are needed. For this example, for this test, we're just going to stick with the 3 standard EXEs that Star Citizen uses. And as you can see, the processes are in fact running. With that being said, let's actually begin and try to keep this, within, 30 minutes. Oh, before I get started, this is something that actually happened to me when I started this project. I figured you wanted to know this because this might actually help you. This might actually be more value to you than it is me, because I don't understand what I'm looking at. We need to look at this. Very, very closely. It's a rotating slideshow. It'll repeat itself in a loop here shortly. Now you may have to pause the video in order to read this fully, but clearly that is a spoofed IP. Even spoofed, it's supposed to be impossible. And according to what I found out with my net limiter software, yeah. I'm not sure how you can even spoof a six numbered IP like that. I mean, we all know that IPs are 5 numbers. Maximum 255 across the board. Not 6. How this person was able to spoof having 6 numbers in the IP, even my friend Summer has no idea. Maybe you can figure it out, because that, by my knowledge of networking and computer maintenance repair, that should be impossible. And my friend Summer's networking degree, even spoofing that should be impossible. So maybe you can give me an answer on that at some point, on how that is possible and whatnot. Maybe you can do tracing or whatever to figure out what's going on, if that's still whatever. But that should be impossible, because it's coming from remote address 0. Going to the very last IP on the thing, but coming from a 6 numbered IP. This should be absolutely impossible by any standards, even spoofed. That's the first defy of logic in networking that you get to see. And that's just the only beginning. So, now I should have your attention really, really well. Like I said at the beginning, Star Citizen, Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, and Warframe in that order, and it's going to be a little finicky at times. As you can see, operational. As you can see, I can do stuff. I can actually verify game files. We'll just verify game files. Just show that it does in fact work being blocked. And the processes are in fact going. Now, I'm not going to leave this, decollapse like that, because I want you to see all three processes and see the red incoming connections. If it's red, it is an incoming connection that is being blocked of some sort. And as you can see, verification worked. Now, one of two things are going to happen. Either I'm going to instantly get in, or I'm instantly going to have to re-verify files because it can't connect to the server. That's where the finicky part comes in. It gets a little finicky because a lot of the times it will literally go ahead and log into the main menu and log into the server, but every once in a while it hits like an IP it can't connect to, and it fails to verify the login, and then I have to close the game. I have to re-verify the files, and this may happen once, this may happen two, this may happen 3 times, but usually about after the 3rd time, it lets me into the main menu. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. That's the finicky part of it. See? Right into it. Boom. Enter Star Citizen Universe. In fact, because of the way I have this, I can actually turn off this and be like that. Have it proper screen mode the way I have it. This is kind of my streaming setup of what I use when I stream Star Citizen. It's actually quite amazing. And as you can see, it is literally a standard hard drive. A standard hard drive that I am on. You can Google that hard drive name, and you will see that it is literally a standard Rust drive. It's not an SSD. It's not an NVMe. It is a standard Rust drive, which should be impossible for this game. And you saw how quickly the game booted up on a standard Rust drive for a game of this caliber in 3-monitor, viewing mode. This should not be able to support hard drives like this, especially in 3-monitor mode, and load up that fast in a snap. Now, the servers for Star Citizen has been a little bit finicky this weekend. I guess there's a lot of people, home for the holidays for Halloween. So we might run across some lag and stuff because of it being the holidays and people are, home playing. Look at that. Look at that. It's early enough in the morning and we haven't even caught the peak hours for holiday season. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is awesome. Instantaneous. If you play Star Citizen, you know that the elevators called are really hard to call, and it usually have to press the button once. I just pressed it once and let it go, and it came and picked me up. Pressed it once, I'm going up. For those of you that don't know Star Citizen, this area is Crusader, most importantly, the city of Orison. Basically a gas giant. Look at that. Now, a lot of people that play Star Citizen know that on Orison, the trams are a little bit finicky. So we're going to ride the tram just for a minute. But we're not going to finish the tram ride. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Alt F4, and we're going to go to Grand Theft Auto 5. show you that. Show that I can actually play with other people. You can see on the left-hand side of my screen of this 3-monitor merges one that there are people.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
As you can see, they didn't respond to me, but there it is people in chat and they can see things. I don't care. It's a holiday. I'm not being professional about typing. They can see my chat. Now, whether or not they want to respond doesn't really matter. So, as you can see, smooth as can be as Silk Star Citizen traveling on a tram that goes on any planet. We're talking about a thing, a thing that should be impossible on a hard drive for a game of this caliber, especially in 3-monitor mode. It's quite fascinating how I broke the laws of networking physics. Apparently they're going to ignore me. That's alright. Alt F4. Now we'll go to the next screen. Alright, so we want this, we want this. What is this? We want this hidden. Alright. Boom. Do that. Do that. Do that. And do that. Move these back to my hidden profile. And then go here and do Rockstar, Rockstar. Grand Theft Auto 5. We want to... Why can't I remove from hidden? Remove from hidden. Remove from hidden. There we go. BattleEye launcher. Remove from hidden. Where is it? Oh, I was clicked on it. Remove from hidden. All right. Make sure all of that is in there correctly in the window. There's that. There's that. All right. Boom. There we go. That's all the processes that BattleEye or Grand Theft Auto 5 currently uses, especially with their BattleEye service that they just implemented. And we want to go ahead and actually do window capture and show that yet again I am using the VPN. Now, we all know Star Citizen hates it when you use VPN. It won't let you log in or play the game. I was able to play Star Citizen with a VPN. GTA, same deal. Warframe, same deal. It's why I chose the 3. Yeah, by the way, this is Windows 11. This is Windows 11 with an Atlas overlay and a start menu change that makes it feel like the old style Windows. It's great. I love the customization I do. to make it feel more like home. All right. We want Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh, I'm gonna sit here and relax for a minute. Now this gets a little bit finicky, especially with Grand Theft Auto 5, the most, because the launcher doesn't like it. The launcher just absolutely hates it. But as you can see, BattleEye is running, BattleEye is starting, Rockstar is starting. Everything is starting exactly the way it needs to. There are incoming connections that are not just being blocked, but also working. Game launches. Game launches. You saw in Star Citizen, I was playing with other people. Now you actually get to see actual other people. It's great. Now Warframe, you won't get to see other people because I'm kind of in the middle of a single player quest line that I can't get out of. Like, it just refuses to let me out until I finish it, and I'm honestly kind of stuck until I do. You mean that? So it's like you're just basically going to be able to see me to log in and see that I can move around, I can play and do everything. But I can't really show you other people there because of the quest line I am on, and that particular quest line. If you want to Google it, type in Warframe, the new war, and it'll explain why I can't actually show you, playing with people. Basically, the short description is, once you start that quest, you are locked into it, and there's no way in hell you can go back until you finish it. And it's about a 3 to 6 hour straight gameplay that you can't even play with your friends until you complete. It's you are locked when that comes in, when you start that. And it warns you. I've been playing Warframe for a long time, and I was unprepared for what I met. I put on my best gear and everything, maxed out gear of all sorts, and it just, yeah. As you can see here, multiplayer online, I can actually go do so. Now, I also found, here's the best part, I've also found that this networking trick that I've done, as you can see in the bottom right of the screen, how there is BattleEye running, Rockstar running, Grand Theft Auto 5. So it's all running the way it should, and as long as there is no red on the megabytes and whatnot, then there is outgoing connections. Hence why there's a little bitty arrow outside beside the processes there, because there's other processes underneath that are currently running. So it is running. BattleEye is running. The anti-cheat that they've implemented recently is running. I am obeying Grand Theft Auto 5 TOS, but they can't receive any data on me either, even though it's running. Their system registers it's running. Their system says it's running. Their system validates and confirms it is running and confirms it is me. But that's all they can see. They can't see anything else. It's absolutely quite amazing. As you can see, right side of the screen, chat is working. Look at that. Public lobby with 27 other people. I can play with other people with a VPN and all incoming traffic blocked. Defying all logic as we know it. And to boot, guess what? This game is also on my standard hard drive and not an SSD to boot. That's even the funny part. This one is on my hard drive and not my SSD. It's hilarious. Alright, we're going to have about 5 extra more minutes than I wanted. So, as you can see, it all works. Oh, did it team? Crap. Oh my gosh. See? Response. Responded. So yeah, you see, they can actually see, and I can chat with them. They can chat with me. It's great. And even though game companies would say that I'm breaking TOS because I'm preventing them from the anti-cheat working, no. As you can see in the right hand bottom of your screen, BattleEye launcher is running. BattleEye service is in fact running. There may be no download incoming connections that turn red, but there are connections going out. If BattleEye service wasn't running, if BattleEye launcher wasn't running, I would not be able to play the game, and I would not be able to actually do so. This is standard networking. There's no code whatsoever. There is no code injections. There's no changing of their code. This is just standard networking using free software out there on the web. Well, free software that I also have premium subscriptions to, like you, Aura. So it's actually quite a bit great here, because I can literally, the fact that I can play Star Citizen on a standard hard drive, and then play Grand Theft Auto on a standard hard drive, play with other people around the world on games that this should be impossible on a standard hard drive, and it just be fast, snappy loads and quick things is absolutely amazing. So see, you got to see for yourself, Aura, that I can talk to people. They can see my messages just like I can see theirs, and I can talk to them. I can even party with them. I can add them, and whatnot. So it's actually a really, really nice thing. It's absolutely fantastic, because even though I'm blocking all incoming traffic, there's still incoming traffic that is allowed, what is called legit allowed, not all allowed. And that's where we've been taught wrong. We have been taught by big internet companies that you are needing to allow all incoming traffic. But the thing is, you don't. And this video is now 2 for 2, proving that you don't need all incoming traffic to play with other people on a game at all. Because here we are, proving it with a second game. Let's move on to Warframe. And even though you won't be able to see, that I play with other people, or even I can't even chat with other people because of the mission I'm in, you at least get to see that I actually can load the game. I kind of wish I was not in the middle of the quest I am, the new war, but it will happen. Now, believe it or not, just like Star Citizen, Grand Theft Auto does not like to use a VPN. Guess what? I'm using standard networking. I can hide my identity, legally with standard networking. It doesn't take code injection. And the best part is, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 5, I've actually managed on certain mod menus that is used in the game, before they started really cracking down on mod menus, I was actually blocking mod menu cheating hacks with this setup. It was actually really, really cool, because people would... I had it done in such a way where I was using NetLimiter and a software called PureBlock, and I would route NetLimiter to be like it is. Oop, look at that. You little devil. Look at this. You actually get a little bit of a thing of how I do this. So as you can see, WSPS Office is a software I use. It's kind of like Microsoft Word, and as you can see, a new service, a new process for it came up because they probably didn't update. So in deny 100, wait, advanced, allow, boom, 100. There we go. I am now protected from that process from seeing me. And I can still use it too, just like this. That was actually a kind of a cool little thing that you got to experience there. So, although you didn't get to see it in full, but got to kind of sort of see it. All right. With that being said, though, the only other thing is this BattleEye launcher. It literally says, "Note: file blocks can be ignored if they don't cause problems with the game." Their own BattleEye launcher literally says file blocks can be ignored if they don't cause problems with the game. It clearly is blocking... My net limiting software is clearly blocking something that shouldn't be allowed. And even BattleEye says it can be ignored if it doesn't affect the game. Now, Rockstar will probably dispute this and say that, oh, you're breaking TOS, you're trying to circumvent the anti-cheat. No, I'm not trying to circumvent the anti-cheat. I am protecting my identity from you. You can say, Rockstar can say all day long that they don't take other people's data. And that's true, at face value. But they're like every other company. They allow the people who do steal your data piggyback off their servers. Guess what? They may just steal the information themselves. Because guess what? These data brokers that take your data from games like this, where do you think Rockstar gets their money? Where do you think any company gets their money from? From allowing these data brokers to piggyback off their systems for money. They don't have to steal your data to be stealing your data. They may not be keeping your data, but they're allowing other people to keep your data. They're just as responsible for taking your data as the data brokers who are getting it, because they are allowing the data brokers to get it. Why do you think you can actually find anything and everything? Phone numbers, addresses, names of your relatives, criminal records, juvie records, all online, public to see. There we go. Grand Theft Auto 5. Clearly this video ended up being longer than intended, but, it is what it is. Last test, and we'll do this quick because I can't really show you the other people aspect. But I've already showed you 2 games where I can chat with people, I can see people, I can play with people, and whatnot. And the best part is, there are times that I can literally load into Star Citizen, and my friends can't see me online until I get in the server that they're in. So at the main menu, it doesn't show me online on Star Citizen until I get into their same server. It's great. I can play, and I call my method, the method that I magically found in this, I call this this particular setup You know how people like to be, you know, basically live off the grid, no technology whatsoever because they know technology is watching, technology is listening, everything like that. It's because they're right. The technology does listen to you and whatnot and whatnot. And it says this, but it's not true. I can still connect to people. That's their system believing that it's not working because they can't receive any data. And that's the point. They are not supposed to be getting my data. They're not supposed to be getting my data. As you can see, I'm on a standard hard drive again, not an SSD, playing another graphic intense game that takes a while to load for most people. And it just loads up like that and smooth as silk. 3 games! Multiplayer games. You can't see the multiplayer aspect because of the quest I'm in. But, you know, that doesn't really matter here. What matters here is the fact that I have achieved the impossible with networking Aura security. As you can see, you know, below my camera here and below the QR code, I'm a proud Aura security software user. And I do a little bit of advertising for you whenever I stream or do recordings of videos because I believe in your software so much. And it's because I believe in your software so much that I am bringing you this information to help with hopefully making your software better. I'm hoping that by doing so, by sharing my findings, that I might actually be able to help you make the software better. Where it's not just an identity protection that you know it right now, but something that blocks all these connections. Now, if you wanted more detailed aspect stuff, you can, but just follow what I have done here based on the net limiter software that I showed you and described in detail in voice of how I block those connections like that. You do that on your side with a game that you play at home off the clock after hours, and you yourself can see that it does actually work. It does actually work. It's actually quite amazing. There are also firewall rules as well, and so basically, the long story short is, other than the net limiter, I have firewall rules that I manually created that allow everything, all ports, all IPs, everything. Net limiter is my firewall. I don't just disable Windows Firewall because I still like to have it running in the background because there is some hidden security features in the back. If you disable it, you don't have. So those hidden security features is why I keep it enabled. But I have created manual rules that allow all traffic, all IPs, all ports for every piece of software I use. Net limiter is the one that I use that dictates whether or not it asks me about it or not. And then also I use, for my router, I literally turn off all security on my router. As we speak, my router, their security is completely disabled. My router is completely DMZ full mode. There is not a single thing, like if I was to disable net limiter, I would literally have it at a point where anybody could hack and screw me over in a matter of seconds like that. Because of how vulnerable my computer would be by just disabling net limiter alone. But I do that on purpose to create this method I have to protect my identity further than what you do currently, Aura. And I'm hoping that maybe you can implement what I have come up with into the software and actually have a one-stop shop identity protection setup. Now there is another piece of software I'm working on involving cookies and stuff like that I want to, cookies and trackers on a web page that I really want to help as well. I know you kind of already have that, but I have found that that you don't have a no track thing. I'm testing some stuff on my browser as well as a piece of software for literally email protection, as well as just no track to websites in general. I'm testing some stuff like that. I'll have some more technical feedback on that at a later time. So stay tuned for that, and I will do like I did this time, and I will call, and I will make sure you want it before I actually send it. But it's taken me months. This is not something I just come up with in a matter of days. No, I've been at this for months creating this identity protection with NetLimiter, and now I'm giving it to an identity protection pro to make their software even better. A software that, guess what? I'm a proud Aura security user for. Catch you on the flip side, Aura. Thank you for being number one in helping me protect my identity and giving me ideas to help protect my identity further. That I can, after fully testing, I can relay to you. I hope you like this 50-minute video. Totally not what I wanted, but it works. But this 50-minute video to detail everything to show how we are taught wrong about networking, that you don't actually need all incoming traffic to boot. Now, in a case of a gaming company or a security company like yourself or something, big corporations that have a lot of incoming connections from users, probably, especially game companies like these games, they probably wouldn't benefit with a feature like this. This particular feature is more for the home user like myself, to protect their identity further. Now, I don't claim to know anything about networking. What I've learned, I have self-taught myself. You saw my degree. I self-taught myself networking. And this is what I came up with. Somebody with a networking pro who analyzes this video and sees what they did and can reproduce it with NetLimiter software and see how it works. Maybe you can also enhance that to help game companies out fight anti-cheaters. To fight the cheaters of these mod menus. Not only to help protect the users who play, the users like myself, but also protect the game companies and their content from having problems. Wouldn't you like to be not just the people who protect identity, but protect businesses too, by making this not just a home advantage? That opens a whole nother market of money that I'm giving you free of charge with this video, because I believe in your software over anything else. And what you do is far more than what that NetLimiter software do. This video may be public for everyone to see, but the truth of the matter is, this is only but a small fraction. What you do is so much more. Aura.com, for those that are not Aura, go check them out and see for yourself how good they can protect your identity. Because honestly, I believe in them enough to give them my findings of how we've been lied to about networking. Aura, I hope I've blown your mind, and I hope you can come up with something that can change the way we protect identity forever. And hopefully with businesses too, with somebody that knows far more about networking than me. Ciao.